And we are live, I think. Yep, says we're live. Here we go. Just give it a few minutes for a few people to get in. Two people already within the first minute. How's it going, guys? Just let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Sound quality good enough? 21 people already. Wow, that was a big jump. What's up, guys? How are we all doing? Can you hear me okay? Sound quality good? I do have a fan in the background, so let me know if you can hear that. 28 people. Guys, just do me a quick favor. Give this live stream a thumbs up. Hit the like button. That will help me out a lot. It'll help it get pushed out to a lot more people. Should appear in some people's recommended. So, yeah, just do me a quick favor. Give it a like. Hit the thumbs up button. And then we'll get on to reading a few of these comments and seeing how you guys are. But, yeah, how you all doing? Right. Okay, so David, Asperger syndrome. Hello, George. Hello to you, David. Goxi, Miracht. Hallo, Deutschland. Hello to you in Germany. J. Dev Patel. How you doing, my man? David says, I love your videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. AX3, hello to you. Hope the 1 series isn't losing coolant, buddy. Yeah, we're going to get onto that in a little bit later on in the live stream. We'll talk about, an update on the cars and what we have planned and all the rest of it. But yeah, I think we'll just use the start of the live stream just to see how you guys are doing. See who we have in here. Ibi or IB Abbas. Hello to you. Jadav, all good. That's good. Good to hear. I can hear you very well. Good stuff. Martin, George, you watching Top Gear tonight? Martin, I haven't watched Top Gear for it must be 5 years now since since the main 3 guys left. Yeah, I really haven't been too fussed when James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond left. To be honest, what about you? There, what do you think of Top Gear nowadays? Carl, oh good, that's good to hear. No idea what that is because that's an emoji, I'm guessing. Wash hands, I'm guessing that's another emoji. David says hello again. Hello to you. Kieran, hi to you. Damien, what's up? You make the best videos in the YouTube community. David, I don't agree, but I appreciate your kind words. Ad says, hey up, G-Man. How's it going, Ads? Why is the title like that? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's good. I just wanted to I just thought I'd jump on today and have a little conversation with you guys, make sure you're all doing well, and it's a good opportunity for you guys to ask me any questions as well. We'll kind of do like a little Q&A a little bit later on in the live stream. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to jump on every once in a while. I tried to do one of these live streams every month, I feel like it's, you know, not too frequent, but, you know, once a month is good enough. And it's nice to, like I said, you know, have a good chat with you guys and update you with what's going on in the world. Patron, hi George. Do you have any advice to make more horsepower by an N52 B30? It's already shipped to Octane 98. Yeah, there's a few different things you can do, to be honest. Do me a favor, save that question for a little bit later in the live stream, because we're going to get into we're going to get into a bit of a Q&A later on, and you can you know, ask whatever questions you want them. But very good question. Watch Fast and Loud on Discovery. You know what? I don't watch TV. I literally don't watch TV. I watch Netflix occasionally, maybe for like half an hour a night just before bed, and I watch YouTube. That's it. I don't really watch like normal TV. I feel it's kind of like phasing out a bit. Robbie Shaft, hi, hello to you. How you doing, mate? David says, have you ever driven a Lamborghini? No, I have not. Martin says, I like it with the Freddie Flintoff, Chris Harris, and Paddy. They make it so funny. Yeah, I'm sure they, you know, I'm sure it's good. I'd really just haven't, you know, sat down and really watched it, to be honest. JDev in Liverpool at the moment was going to come up in the 130i, but stuff didn't fit, so it came in the 550i E60. Thought you was a Corrie fan. I wouldn't say I was a Corrie fan, no. I mean, I've watched it, obviously, like, you know, used to watch it, I guess, like years ago, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a fan. But guys, do me a quick favor. If you're in the live stream at the moment, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, because it just helps push it out. As I can see at the moment, let's see how many likes are on. Only 10 of you guys have liked it, so give it a thumbs up, and yeah, should help out the algorithm. I recommend The Simpsons or Family Guy. Yeah, I used to watch them a lot back in the day. They were like the programs to watch. I can help get the word out for you. How's that? In the E60, since it already has subs, does it just need a better amp to have really good bass that can shake the car? To be honest, Garrett, haven't a clue. You know, my Logic 7 is, you know, more than good enough to listen to music. I don't desire to have anything, you know, anything bigger than what's already in the car, to be honest. Toys and family, how you doing, mate? JDF says, can't do the like on this mobile device. I'm sure you can. I'm sure if you turn it like landscape, portrait, I think you should be able to hit the like button if you just like sort of go out of the live stream. Garrett, thank you. I didn't really answer your question, but you're welcome. David says, what I mean is I can message my Facebook friends to watch your videos if it helps. David, you really don't have to do that for me, sir. I appreciate, I appreciate the offer. I appreciate you watching, but yeah, I'm not going to ask you to go through that trouble. I appreciate you just watching and, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. Ian Madison, my sugar levels have gone up 7 points just watching you eat candy. It's all good. We've got some more here as well. Ibi Abbas, what videos do you have planned coming up? I love them all. Ads, did you watch the Man U Spurs game? No, I didn't. I really don't watch too many football games unless it's my team, which is Coventry City. So yeah, I didn't, to be honest. I occasionally watch Match of the Day, but that's about it. I don't tend to follow what other teams are doing, if I'm honest. My pleasure, man. Adam, you still smashing the gym? I don't know about smashing, but yeah, I'm still going. Still getting it in. But yeah, I think, we've been here 10 minutes now. Like I said, I'd appreciate if all of you could just hit the like button. It would definitely help me out. It just gets the algorithm going like it does on all my videos. I have 34 of you in here now. So if you could just hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, I would help. I would greatly appreciate that. We're on 19 at the moment, apparently. So let's try and get that up to 34. But yeah, I think I'll just kind of give you a little update as to what's going on at the moment with the channel and with the cars, of course, which I'm sure you're probably more interested in hearing about. So the channel in September, I am pleased to announce that we have had the best month ever. Like, since ever starting YouTube, September has been the best month so far. So I only have you guys to thank for that. Yeah, all of you guys that are, showing your support, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. Yeah, I cannot thank you enough. Yeah, like I said, September has been the best month in our history. So yeah, subscribers, I think we gained about 1.1 thousand. Then we think we got about 300,000 total views just in the month of September alone. So yeah, we're going in the right direction. I'm kind of already at my end of year goal, and we still have like 3 months left to go. So God knows where we're going to be by the end of December. I think the channel's definitely heading in the right direction, and I'm just so surprised, if I'm honest. But yeah, we're just seeing a big spike in viewers. We have 46 in here now. If you could do me a quick favor, give this live stream a thumbs up. It will get it pushed out. It'll help the algorithm out. And let's see how many we can get in here at one time. I think this is like the most I've ever had on a live stream, 46. So pretty cool to see. 50 now. Keep going, guys. Give this live stream a thumbs up. Give it a like. And let's see how many viewers we can get up to. But yeah, for any of you guys that have joined, I hope you're all doing well. We're going to kind of use this live stream time to see how all you guys are doing, update you on things with regards to the channel, the 2 cars and so forth. And yeah, obviously do a little bit of a question and answer where I can answer any questions you guys have, car related or not, to be honest. But yeah, what I was saying, yeah, September, it's been the best month ever on YouTube. So like I said, I only have you guys to thank for that. Appreciate all of you guys' support, and let's see if we can better that still in the month of October. We're on course for it, but you have to kind of play it by ear, because things can go downhill very quickly with YouTube. But yeah, let's talk about the 2 cars then. So obviously we have the E60 520D, and we have the E87 BMW 1 Series, the 130i. You know, both of them have a bit of a problem if you would have saw the videos. So the E60, the 520D with the M47 engine, that still has the boost leak. I'm still waiting on a replacement pipe. When that arrives, I am going to install it, obviously, and I'm hoping that is going to, I'm going to notice a significant increase in power. And yeah, I'm hoping, like, you know, the fact that I thought we'd lost our remap, I thought that, you know, I thought that the car sort of been detuned. I'm hoping that was our issue. But yeah, with the 130i, obviously we still have the coolant leak. I did think when I just tightened up that Jubilee clip that it had solved it. But I checked the coolant today, which is some 5 days after tightening that, and it had gone down a little bit. Not as much as it did the first time, but it has gone down a little bit. Now, whether or not that's, you know, whether or not the water has evaporated or not, or if we still have the physical leak, I really do not know. I think I need to get it up in the air tomorrow just to confirm that it is still leaking. But it's definitely not as bad as it was. I'm going to cut out of the little update, and I'm going to get on to some of your questions before they kind of get out of hand again. Right, so Ian says, check out this BMers Facebook group. Pretty good for a new group, guys. BMW Technical Advice Official. Ian, I don't usually do shout outs or promotions, so you got lucky there. David, where's your favorite place you have traveled to? Favorite place? I don't know about favorite place. Like, I've generally liked most places that I've been to. A few places that have stood out is definitely the US of A, Australia, New Zealand, Iceland, and then I've been quite a few places in Europe as well, and also Dubai. So yeah, it's really hard to say the favorite place that I've been to, but probably the most different place that I've been to is Iceland. That was amazing when I went there. Yeah, definitely the most different place that I went to compared to anywhere else. Drift R1 Doctor, or I guess it's Drift Rider. Yeah, I guess it's Drift Rider, right? Catching up on the Top Gear stuff, same. Just doesn't feel the same without Hammond, May and Clarkson. Yeah, I agree. But saying that, I really didn't get into the Grand Tour. So yeah, it's weird. Maybe I've just sort of gone off watching sort of TV and whatever altogether, to be honest. Dawson, hi, is it a big job to replace the fogs on an E60? No, it's not. No, it's not a big job. If you just jack the car up, I'm pretty sure you can get to the fogs from behind the front bumper. And yeah, it's like a 10-15 minute job, to be honest. So they're just held in by a couple of screws. Greetings from the Netherlands, from August. How you doing? And Mart speaks in Dutch to August, and August replies. Kat or Kato, hello to you. Jdev Patel says may still not be sealed. Probably best to replace the pipe. Jdev, yeah, that's definitely what I'm thinking, is to replace the pipe. But ideally, I don't want to do that until I replace the water pump, because obviously it's you know, chances are if I'm taking the water pump out, I can end up like splitting that hose anyway. So I may as well just do it all in one go. So if I can get by until I get the replacement water pump on that original pipe, then I think I will do. Not that big of a job. You just need to remove the cover inside the arch of the wheel. You have access to the bulb, I believe. Oh yeah, I don't know if he meant the bulb or if he meant the actual fog, like you know, the unit itself. But yeah, you can, if you want to change the bulb, yeah, you can do it from the wheel arch liner. Easy guys, I want to change my exhaust manifold on E6520D LCI. I also want to get the EGR delete kit I purchased from the website you recommended using your discount code. Link me to some useful video, please. Why do you want to replace your exhaust manifold? Is the manifold itself cracked? If so, it's very surprising. I haven't known of any N47 exhaust manifolds cracking. It's a big thing on the M57 for the exhaust manifold to crack, but I've never known an N47 one to crack. Sorry, fellow, and cheers. No worries. Will not happen again, mate. I promise. It's all good, Ian. Don't worry about it. Thomas says, hi, I have an E65 730D, starts fine, then runs lumpy and cuts out. Do you know where I should start with this? Thomas, is this the N57 or the M57? And that's a very specific question, if I'm honest. A lot of different things that can cause that. Well, we're 20 minutes in right now. Guys, I think this is naturally kind of transforming into a Q&A, which I don't mind. You know, I don't mind answering your questions, but I also would appreciate it if you guys could, you know, show your support back and you know, support the channel. And you can do that in many ways. You can, you know, join the Patreon, or you can send a super chat on the live stream right now. I know a lot of you guys do it on a regular basis, and for that I'm very thankful for. Like I said before, you know, anything that gets raised from the channel in terms of revenue, donations on the super chat, or donations directly to the PayPal, just gets reinvested back into the channel. It funds future projects, and it allows me to buy parts, tools, camera equipment, and all that good stuff. So if you do want to donate live on the live stream here, there should be a $ underneath the live chat. And if you click that, just follow it through, and you should be able to send a super chat. Now, how much do you want to send? That is completely up to you. You know, some people just send a couple of pounds. Some people send £5, £10, £20, £50, £1 million. You know, whatever you want to send, it all helps at the end of the day, and it just you know, does your bit to show your appreciation for the channel, and it's your way of giving back for the informative videos, I guess. So if you guys do find the videos helpful, and you know, you have wanting to give back in some way, now is your opportunity. And the good thing about donating on super chat is it will actually be live on the live stream. Everyone will be able to see it. I'll put it up on the screen, and this video will be live. You know, it'll be up on my channel forever, so you'll be able to go back in time and kind of see that day where you sent the super chats. So it's like a piece of history, you could say. But yeah, I would appreciate if you guys could send some of them super chats, and yeah, I'll have no issue with you know, replying back to some of these comments. Where was we at now? Cat, oh, is it hard to replace engine mounts on F30 2013? Cato, which engine are you talking about? Ben Rage, hey, hello to you. Adrian, hi George. When you do one video replacement, the coolant flange pipe fits on BMW N47. Do one video, the coolant. Sorry, I have no idea. Can you try and phrase that a little bit different? When you do one video replacement, the coolant flange pipe fits on BMW M47. Sorry, Adrian, if you can try and reword that a little bit better, I'll try and answer that for you. My Cal B, when you fly to Poland, I have no plans of flying to Poland anytime soon. We went actually earlier this year in February, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's February. Stayed there for 5 days and had an awesome time. Get anywhere with your 520D diff in terms of the clunking noise or what? Brett Barnes, hello to you. How you doing, mate? You all right? Yes, I am good. Thank you for asking. Izzy Goals, it's cracked and I purchased an aftermarket one. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to replace the exhaust manifold. You need to disconnect the downpipe off the back of the turbo, and obviously remove all of the intake pipes as well off the turbo, and then disconnect the oil feed for the turbo, and then unbolt the turbo off the exhaust manifold. And then you got a load of studs and nuts that go into the head itself, the cylinder head, and then it's it's just as easy as that, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably not going to go as smooth as that, because we are talking about an exhaust manifold, so we are going to have some very, very rusty and crusty nuts and bolts. But yeah, that's basically how you would do it. Sorry, I don't have a video of me doing this whole process, but it's something I've never needed to do. Ahmed Al Hadi, hi George. Has your BMW ever idle rough after 20-minute drive, and then when turn off the ignition it doesn't start up again? Ahmed, which engine is that you're talking about? Matthias, how do you know so much about BMWs? Did you work as a mechanic or something? Matthias, everything I know is pretty much self-taught, and that might surprise and shock a few of you guys, but it's all self-taught from working on my own cars and doing my own research and a lot of trial and error, to be honest. But yeah, I can see I'm still getting quite a lot of questions, and we don't seem to have any super chats. Like I said, I have no problem answering your question to the best of my ability, but I would appreciate something in return, especially for my time. The thing that I really don't want to happen, and the thing that I want to stamp out, is people just coming on the live stream, jumping on and trying to answer their, get me to answer their question, so they can go ahead and, fix their car, and then just sort of running away. That's really not what I want to happen. I want it to be a give and take thing at the end of the day. Saying that, we actually have, yes, we do have our first super chat of the night. It's from Ben Rage. And did you ask a question, Ben, or was it just a donation? I think you just sent a donation. Oh, you did ask about the diff, didn't you? Yeah, let me know what you mean by the diff. But yeah, Ben, thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. And that's what I mean right there. Ben has obviously found some value in my videos, and he's just wanted to give back and support the channel. So for that, I cannot say thank you enough. Forgot where I was at now. Mr. Sweet asks, what's your Patreon price, mate? I have a few different prices. So there's 3 different tiers essentially, but I'm just going to leave my link in the comments here. It's literally just patreon.com/George Osters. There it is. You can go check it out. It's 3 different tiers. Yeah, feel free to go and check that out. The top tier is where you essentially just have access to me and ask pretty much as many questions as you like. That's, I think, $9.99 a month, and I think there's 1 or 2 of you guys that are in that top tier. Right, where are we at? Ogre says, I got an E81 and it accelerates very roughly 116D. It is something like hesitation in third gear. The car is sometimes holding and the engine light is blinking and goes off after a while. Ogus, is that a manual or an automatic? E-Man says, lol, laugh out loud, or lots of love. Could be. What do we need to talk? Mr. Start. Amadeus, Tredenick. We need to talk because we haven't talked in a while, so I need to catch up with you guys. Liam says, I have an E90 330D M SWAT considering installing a catch cam, but concerned about increased crankcase pressure. Would like your thoughts on this issue. Thanks in advance. Liam, if the catch can is vented properly, so if it does go, through the proper channels, then you shouldn't really have an increase in crankcase pressure, because you have an inlet and an outlet. Obviously, you have the air going from the catch can back into the air intake, but then obviously you have the catch can to take the oil away from that. So you shouldn't really have an increase in crankcase pressure if it's installed properly. But yeah, in theory, I think catch cans are very good. If you've already gone through the pain of removing your EGR system and you've already cleaned out your intake manifold, the next best thing you can do is install a catch can. The only reason that I haven't done it yet is because I'm yet to find one that is really sort of an OEM fit. And I don't want to make a hash of the engine bay. I don't want random pipes going everywhere, and I don't want to bolt it onto, my front bumper or something. I'd rather it be, nice and OEM looking. So until I find one like that, I don't think I'm going to be installing one myself. Sorry, my friend, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm guessing that is Russian. But you asked, did BMW solve the N47 chain problem in the F30? BMW did not solve the chain problem, but people solve the chain problem. The number one reason why the timing chain fails is lack of oil changes. If you change your oil every 18,000 miles, like BMW recommend, your timing chain will fail prematurely. That is a fact. If you change it, say every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, like I recommend, then there's a chance that your timing chain will not break. It will last a lot longer. Should you just replace it anyway for peace of mind? I think yes. If you plan on keeping your car for any amount of time, it's worth just getting it swapped out. And that's not just for the N47, that's for the N57, that's for the N43 and the N46 as well. They all kind of have the same timing chain issue. And it's mostly down to the extended oil change intervals. So yeah, if you have an F30, change your oil every 5,000 to 6,000 miles yourself, and you should be good, to be honest. Ben Rage says, just a donation, keep up the good work. Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. But yeah, nobody else wants to donate, it looks like it. And that is quite disappointing to see, to be honest. Izzy Goals, wish this guy was my mechanic. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Izzy Goals, I know a fair bit. It's M47N. Right. Show me all your BMW keys. Why do you want to see my keys? Do you not believe that this is like the E60 keys, and this is for the 130i. Have you had to do the reluctor rings on the E90? No, I have not. Patrons, says Georgia have a 523i M52 B25, 177 horsepower, but I swapped it with an M52 B30 from an E87. I chipped the car and only make 242 at the wheels. Yeah, that's about right. Because it's yeah, that in the E87 when it's 265 horsepower, that's at the crank. That's not at the wheels. So if you're getting 242 at the wheels when it's been tuned, that's about right. Ahmed M43 engine, terrible engine. What can I do to make more power? George, what's the best road you've ever driven to? I don't know. Good question, actually. There's a lot of roads that I would like to drive on that I know are good driving roads, but I don't really know which is the best road I've driven on is. Good question. Maybe in Wales or something? Hey, George, did you get to grips with ISTA okay? Yeah. Yeah, ISTA D is fairly easy to pick up, to be honest. Patron says, I get next week paid, I will donate. Pinked promise. Yeah, Patron. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing the live stream next week. You can donate directly to the PayPal, which obviously YouTube won't take a cut from. If you want to next week, I will give you my PayPal right here if you want it. I'll put it up on the screen right now. Here it is. That's my PayPal if you want to send a donation there. Paul says, your videos are so helpful. Will ask my questions when I got some books. Keep up the awesome work. No worries, Paul. Thank you. Ben says, yeah, just a donation. Keep up the good work. Asgar says, which football team do you support? Coventry City. Can anyone bring you a car for fix? See, the thing is, I don't want to kind of open the floodgates for people to bring me their car. I only really, work on a few select cars. They're usually close family and friends. I don't really have the time and space to be doing a whole bunch of different cars. But best thing you can do is email me, tell me exactly what work you need doing. And, if I can do it, then I can get back to you. Mr. Sweet, top tier is a bargain to be. Yeah, I agree. It is a bargain. It is very cheap. We have another donation, the second of the night so far. Kapila Jayasundara sends £5 on the super chat. Kapila Jayasundara, thank you, my man. Much appreciated. And that's going to go directly into the car fund, and it goes towards buying new parts. Because we have quite a big bill coming up for a whole bunch of parts. I'm still in the process of overhauling the 130i. Got to do rocker cover, gasket with all new bolts. We'll do the CCV system. What else? Might be doing new starter motor, and we're going to do all new coils, all new spark plugs, and yeah, we're going to do a fair bit, to be honest. And Paul Elliott sends ZAR 35. I have no idea what ZAR is. I'm just going to find out what that is and where you're from. ZAR is South African Rand, and that is £1 at 64. Paul, much appreciated. Thank you a lot. Yeah, no matter how big or small donation it is, it all helps. It all goes to fund the channel at the end of the day. But you actually ask a question as well. Driving my dad's F10 N47 520D, hasn't been driven much for years. What sort of driving style can I employ to blast out the cobwebs / soot? Fourth gear. Okay, so here's a big misconception that that you can kind of just, I don't know, clean out the engine and the intake system by just booting it essentially. Now, the only thing realistically that you are going to clean from flooring it and getting the engine hot is the exhaust system. You're not really going to get anything clean on the intake side, which is generally the biggest problem. Obviously, you have to if you have a DPF in place, you have to let that regenerate, and to do that you have to hit a load of different parameters, more than half tank of fuel, get it to like 500 degrees, get the DPF to like 500 degrees, have the glow plug system working and all the rest of it. But yeah, like that's all you're really going to do from booting it, is clean the DPF and the exhaust system. But yeah, to clean out the intake side of things, intake manifold, EGR, all that has to be physically removed to do so. And obviously, I've kind of done all that. So yeah, like I said, if you're going to boot it, you can clean out the exhaust, but you're not going to clean out the intake side of things. Guys, if you have not already done so, I'd appreciate if you can give this live stream a thumbs up, give it a like, and just gets the YouTube algorithm going a bit. We have 34 likes on the live stream, and there's 33 of you in here, so maybe you all have, I don't know. Paul asked another question. Right, so aim for EGR delete and intake clean out when on Braver. Yes, I would definitely recommend it, because it's the EGR, combined with the crankcase ventilation system, which you can't really help, and that's really what blocks your intake manifold and your intake ports. So yeah, one of the best things you can do for the engine is remove the EGR system and clean the intake manifold. It just allows it to breathe a lot easier, to be honest. But yeah, Paul, appreciate the other donation. Right, let's get back to a few more questions higher up. And guys, yeah, like I said, I don't have a problem reading your comments, but I'm more likely to do so if you send a donation. Like I said, I don't want people just coming in here, getting me to answer their question, free of charge, and then just running away, basically. Anyone who tries to contact me, for diagnostic work and, to basically help them fix their car, will know that I don't do so for free. I don't give my time away for free, because my time is very precious. Time is one of them things that you can't get back. And I don't just sit and help people all day for free. Like, that's not what I'm about. So, you have to respect me. You have to, show some support in return. I have no problem helping you guys out, making the videos. That's all good. But then if you want to come and contact me and get my opinion and get my help on things, then I'd appreciate some support in return. And obviously, quite a few of you guys have been doing, which I greatly appreciate. But yeah, I don't want people just jumping in here, asking the question, and then running away, sort of thing. So, I'm sorry it has to be like that, but it is what it is. I just want to kind of stamp out the people that are just wasting everyone's time. Right, seems we have another super chat. It's Jiri. Jiri, hello, how are you doing? I think you were pretty sure you are my only member. What is CSK? What is CSK? Is that Czech? Czech. Yes, Czech koruna. Czech koruna. And that is £3.34. Jiri, much appreciated, man. And yeah, I appreciate you being my first and only member so far on the YouTube, because that's another thing as well. We actually have a membership with different tiers on. That's another way that you can kind of show your support. But yeah, we also have another one from Patron. He sends €2 to €2.29. Thanks, George. Do you have any advice on more horsepower on the M52? You said you installed the 30i engine, didn't you? Yeah, so keeping it naturally aspirated, there is only a few things you can do. Obviously, you can make the intake a little bit less restrictive. You can, put a K&N filter in. You can maybe install the Nishimoto intake pipe like I have. Now, obviously, that is not a guaranteed increase, but I have known of people gaining around 7 horsepower across the power band, installing that Nishimoto intake pipe. So that's something you can do. And then obviously you can go down the route of de-restricting your exhaust. So, having either a D-cat or some high flow sport cats. That's probably going to gain you 10 horsepower or so. But yeah, other than like breathing mods, you're pretty limited. Obviously, you can fit higher revving cams and things like that, but you are going to get pretty expensive at that route. And obviously, you can go down the forced induction route. I don't know of any companies that do a turbocharger conversion for it. I'm pretty sure there is one or two that kind of do. I'm pretty sure there is one or two that do a supercharger kit for the M52 at the moment. But yeah, you're talking pretty big money from that, to be honest. And then obviously you're going to be compromising the reliability as well. So you kind of have to ask if it's worth it or not. Patron, can you write the intake so I can find on Google? Patron, I actually have I have videos. I installed the K&N filter, which in the description of that video, I literally list the 2 different K&N filters, which, are you going to notice any power increase from an air filter? Probably not. You may gain, 2-3 horsepower at most. But then if you do everything, if you do all these little things at once, you probably are going to notice a little bit of a significant increase. But then, like I said, I have the video doing the Nishimoto intake pipe as well. So just search back on the M52 videos. You should kind of, find all them. And yeah, I literally have the entire process installed and everything. So yeah. And we have Patron. Sorry, I'll get onto that in just a sec. Patron that says, I mean the other, what you said, not the K&N. Yeah, so it was the Nishimoto intake pipe. I literally have a video doing it. If you just have a look in my M52 playlist, you should find it. I think it's 1 or 2 videos after the K&N air filter. But I am going to move on to something else. We have another member. This is our second member on the channel, and it is Paul Elliott. So Paul, thank you very much for that. I appreciate you becoming a member, and yeah, welcome aboard. I guess if there's anything I can do to help you out, just let me know. I'd be more than welcome to help you out. Jiri asks, hi mate, I'm fine, hope you do the same. Have you ever faced oil cap that opened on its own? It happened to me when I reach over 200 kilometers an hour. I have an M52 and did not find anyone. Oil cap open on its own. To be honest, I haven't noticed that myself. Are you sure because you have to twist the oil cap. So are you sure one or two of the tabs are not broken off? Because on the oil cap you have to twist it around and that locks it in place. So I don't know how it could pop up, to be honest. Very strange. Paul says whoop whoop. Yeah. I'm actually going to go back up now because I'm sure we have a whole bunch of questions which I am going to get onto. Just trying to remember where we are. But guys, that's exactly what I mean. I've no problem answering your questions, especially if you are going to send a donation. I'll take as much time as necessary to help you as best as possible. Like I say, you don't have to send a massive donation. Just send whatever you can. I realize everyone's situation is different and not everybody has the money to support a channel. So yeah, just do what you can at the end of the day. And then that just shows to me that you do respect me and you do appreciate the work that I put into the videos and so forth. But yeah, August asks, excuse me, 169 2008 manual, and you asks, what did you ask? Okay, so you asked, I got an E81 and it accelerates very roughly 169, is something like hesitation. In third gear, the car is sometimes holding and the engine light's blinking and goes off after a while. August, do you notice that around a set RPM? Is there like a set rev range when that happens? Yeah, there's kind of a few things that could be Vanna solenoids. Could be could be misfiring. There's a few different things that can kind of cause hesitation, to be honest. It's one of them things that you really just need ISTA for, because that'll point you in the right direction. Deadly Bow. So I got a 120D smoking black grey. Any ideas what I can try out to fix it? Just had a math sensor and I know the globals need doing. Plus I have C emissions engine warning light on. Deadly Bow, I would say more than likely your intake is blocked. Because black smoke means you're running rich, i.e. you're either injecting too much fuel or you haven't got enough air going in. It's usually you haven't got enough air going in, which usually means your intake is blocked. So I would recommend removing your intake manifold and giving it a good clean out. And if you do wish so, then also doing the intake ports at the same time. Ashgard seems to find something very funny. I seem to have missed that. Ahmed says, loved your deep clean video. That car was so dirty. Yeah, I can't believe just how dirty the 130i was. It was just ridiculous. That's the thing that you don't really notice though. Like when the seats are in, you don't kind of think how dirty they are underneath them. Ian says, I have relatives in Corby near Coventry. Driving from Bristol, the A417 into Corby used to be an awesome stretch of road to drive on. I can't think of if I've driven on that road, to be honest. Mark says, what are the common oil leaks on the BMW M47 engine? I wouldn't. I mean, M47 doesn't, in general, it doesn't really suffer with, oil leaks as such. Because I don't really think mine had like any oil leaks when I took the engine out. Well, that's a lie. It was leaking around the oil dipstick. There's just an O-ring that kind of seals that in place, and that's the only place that mine was leaking from. But there's plenty of ways that they could potentially leak. Quite a few people say oil filter housing, they can leak from there, but I've never had any issues with the oil filter housing. There's rocker cover, there's the front and rear crank seals. You've got the sump gasket. There's loads of places that they can leak from. But obviously, when you do the timing chain, you pretty much renew all of the gaskets anyway. So that's one of the benefits of doing the timing chain, because you kind of kill quite a few birds with just the one stone. So Ricky asks, hi, hope you are well. Ricky, I'm very good. How are you? Nebula asks, hi George, my 520D turbo actuator is sticking, sometimes causing a loss of power. Is it possible to just replace the actuator on its own? Nebula, that is possible to do so, yes. You may find that it's just more trouble than it's worth, though. So you may just want to just replace the turbo, because used turbos really are not that much. £100, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, you might just be better off doing that, if I'm honest. Poor Legend, thanks man, no worries. We have some more questions. Right, could be cause breaking down as RPM increases. Yeah, definitely. I found very little oil on top of my injectors. That is your rocker cover gasket. It's either rocker cover gasket or someone spilt oil when they're refilling the oil. Oh, you say I clean once, but it's come after a few weeks. Yeah, if it is actually oil, then that's your rocker cover gasket. If it's a diesel, then it means your injector seals have gone. Ivan says, appreciate your work, mate. Keep going. Ivan, I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for the support. Noah says, hi, George. Great videos. Noah, much appreciated. And that is the bottom of the questions. If you have not already done... Oh, Video City Production says, hi all. Hello to you. So that concludes the questions for now. Obviously, if you do have any more, just fire away. But I do kind of want to update you guys with what you can expect in the coming months on the channel. It's always good to know, I think, what you can expect to see. But of course, in the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you could, give this live stream a thumbs up, give it a like, helps the algorithm out, of course. And if you do wish to show some support to the channel, then of course there is a super chat button. It's just underneath the live chat. You should be able to see it. Go ahead, click that, follow the steps, and send a donation of your choice. And I'd be happy to spend a little bit of time and help you out as best as possible. But I think now I'm going to kind of update you guys and let you know what's going to go on with the channel side of things. I don't really have any plans on selling either one of the cars at the moment, which I'm sure a lot of you guys will be happy about. I do plan on getting a new car or cars next calendar year, which I think should be good for the channel. You can never have too many projects on the go. I think it will, make things a little bit different around the place, and it'll kind of create some more urgency as well. Because if I do get another car, the next car that I buy, it's obviously not going to be a car that I can daily drive. I have two cars. You can't drive 3, 4, 5 cars at a time. It just doesn't make sense. So if I do get another car, I think it will be a car that, it's just going to be a project. So it's going to be something that I want to repair, get to running, get it running how I want it. And then it's probably going to be something that I flip and try and sell for a little bit of profit, or, at least just try and get my money back on it. So that could be something that potentially comes in the near future. Let me know, of course, what you think of that idea. Do you think it'd be good to get a little project flip on the go? Make a little bit of content from that, as well as obviously doing the two long-term projects with the E60 and with the 130i. Camera, I want to get a new camera because this is kind of what I'm working with at the moment. This is it. This is a Canon G7X. That lens should not be protruding out like that. Lens is pretty knackered on this, as you can see. It's been through the walls. It's not supposed to be like that. It's pretty beaten up. It kind of still does the job, but it's definitely dented and whatnot. So it's and it's a little bit slow. And like I said, that lens really does not help things. It just shuts down sometimes when I'm halfway through recording. So I think it's now probably an appropriate time to upgrading camera. So hopefully sometime either this month or next month I can do so. But yeah, it's just one of them things, you do have to reinvest in the channel, and that's what you guys your donations are for. That's what it goes to reinvest back into the channel. Essentially, that's what all of the money goes for. I don't take a single penny from YouTube. I don't need to at this point. I don't plan on doing it, for the duration of this year at least. So yeah, just know that any donations you do send, they're not just going, on alcohol. They're not being spent down the pub. So don't worry about it. It all just goes back into the channel, and it funds, like I said, future projects, and it just goes towards parts and things like that. So yeah, of course, if you do want to send a donation, there is the options. You've heard me say it enough times now. But yeah, a little bit of an update with regards to the channel there. Is there anything that you guys would like to see on the channel in particular anytime soon? Is there anything that you think, that would do well on the channel, that would really make your channel different, that would really bring in some new viewers? Let me know. What are you interested in seeing on the channel? Or maybe it's something current that I can do, with my current cars and current situation. Let me know, of course. David asks, when is your next live stream video? David, I only really do one of these every month or so. Yeah, I don't really like to overuse the live stream feature because I feel like it's just going to get a bit boring, not only for you guys but for me as well. And if you're doing it every week or whatever, then there's really not going to be too much change. So I think doing them once a month is a nice little happy medium, and it allows me to obviously make some changes around the channel. It just gives me a way of updating you guys as to what's going on at the moment. Patron says, hi, George, I have to go. See you next time. Thanks for all. Welcome, Patron. Hope you have a nice evening, if it's evening where you are. Mehmet says, B47 F11 cruise control on start stop off with engine start. Cruise control on start stop off with engine start. Is that codable? Sorry, Mehmet, I don't understand your question. It might just be me being stupid, but sorry, I don't understand the question. Ivan says, does your E60 have some issues after chip tuning? I mean, in what condition is turbo, swirl flaps, and the whole engine? Ivan, yeah, the tuning, the remap hasn't caused any issues with my engine. The common problems on the N47, they occur whether or not you have a remap or not. I've just done a whole lot of preventative maintenance on the engine. So yeah, a stage 1 or a regular remap. It's designed to work within the engine's tolerances. So yeah, you don't really have too much to worry about, if I'm honest. Hey, can you make a video about resetting the engine adaptation on the M47? Yes, I can do that. If you guys would like to see that, of course, with Ista. Patron says engine power. You can buy a BMW with the N57 engine. Yeah, I could, but I just don't think that would be too much different to my N47 stuff, because it's the same engine. So I think I'd kind of I think that'd kind of be a bit of a waste of time. It's pretty much the same engine, just 2 extra cylinders. Best ways to improve fuel efficiency in BMW E87 5-door. Which engine? Which engine do you have? You can try promote your videos to bring in some new viewers. TCA. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They put the they put their videos in adverts and things like that. But I'm really not about that, to be honest. I'd rather it just grow organically through search and recommendations. I don't really feel like plastering my video everywhere on YouTube just to annoy people. Matt says clutch replacement. I hope not. Yeah, that would be a good video, I guess, but it's not something that I particularly want to do if I don't need to. YouTube, Ustam, hello to you. Clutch replacement on the M47 engine. Matt, if you watch my M47 timing chain videos, part 3, or might have been part 2, I'm not sure. I reassembled all the clutch assembly. I've shown you how to remove the engine or how to unbolt the gearbox. So I've pretty much shown you how to replace the clutch already. When I start the engine, I want the start, stop disabled and cruise control enabled. Yes. Yeah, you can completely code out the start, stop if you want. You can do that, yes. Also, some more videos with Ista would be good, I think. Okay, cool. Thanks for all the videos, really helped me. No worries, man. I'm looking at a 1 Series 2010. Any problems I need to look for, please? Dan, which engine are you looking at? I can tell you there's a few engines that you do not want to buy. So which model are you looking at? Rakesh lad, love your channel. Got a 520D M47 2012 97k. Map sensor was quite dirty, so thinking I should clean intake manifold or wait for symptoms. Car absolutely flawless, faultless. Last 20k, but keep reading. Keep reading. I'm guessing it's doom and gloom. Yeah, yeah. I think you should clean your intake manifold. Preventative maintenance. If your intake manifold's blocked, you're not getting the proper air through, are you? But realistically, it's only worth doing it once you remove your EGR, because it's just going to get blocked up again. So it depends if you want to have to keep removing it and then cleaning it out. But yeah, on the whole, I would recommend cleaning it out, to be honest. Alex says, "Hey mate, just got home, only tuned in. How you keeping?" Yes, mate, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, mate, but 6 cylinders are awesome. They say BMW ain't BMW, it's not a 6 cylinder engine. Yeah, I agree. But I already have a 6 cylinder. I have the 130i, so that kind of scratches that itch, to be honest. Mehmet, thanks. No problem. You're welcome. So if you do have any questions that you want to ask, feel free. I don't really know how long I want to stay on here for. Sour. But if you are interested in showing your support and you do want to help out the channel and fund future videos, you can click the super chat button underneath the live chat. It's just like a $sign. Click that, follow it through, and send a donation of your choosing. Nemet says long-term experience with swivel flap removal. Don't do it unless you need to, or unless you want to. So there's kind of one plus side of removing swivel flaps. They can never fail. Once they're removed, they can never fail. A couple of downsides though. You're going to lose some low down torque. You are going to lose some MPG. Both kind of, run alongside each other. To be honest, when I removed my swivel flaps on my M47, I had no power until 2000 RPM. I had to plant my foot to the floor. And then when it hit 2000 RPM, I would then get a surge of power. But I like to have my low down torque. I like to be able to change gear at 1800 RPM. If it's not a problem to you, if you don't, need to have power low down, if you don't care about MPG and all that, then you don't really need the swivel flaps in place. But they're definitely there for a reason. And if you have the M47 and the M57, you are going to need to remove the swivel flaps because they are an issue for sure on those engines. N47 and the N57, they're not so much of an issue. It's not actually the swivel flaps that fail; it's the rod that fails on those engines. On the later N47 and the N57, the swivel flaps, you can actually replace them. So if they are if they are worn, then you can just go ahead and replace them out. But yeah, if it was me, like I wouldn't. Oh, you're talking about B47, and no, you don't need to remove them on the B47. Leave the swivel flaps in place. Guys, I know obviously we're doing a bit of a Q&A now, but like I was saying earlier, I don't want to, I don't want people just jumping on this live stream, getting their question answered, and just running off. I want this to be a back and forth thing. I want this to be a I help you, you help me out sort of thing. So I'd appreciate it if you want to ask a detailed question, send a little super chat. Just donate a few pounds or whatever. it all just helps to show your support and helps to grow the channel, because doing a car channel, believe it or not, is very expensive. It's not cheap. Parts are not cheap. Camera equipment is not cheap. Project cars are not cheap. Like the 130i, that was £3,200. I bought that just to make videos on. Haven't got that money back yet, so yeah, it's one of them. I appreciate all of you who have sent a donation tonight, by the way. I'm going to go through them now, actually, just to highlight them again. See who sent the super chat. So first one is Ben Rage. He sent £5. Capilla sent £5. Paul Elliott sent £2.35. South African rands sent 2 of them. Patron sent €2.29, and Giri sent 100 Czech coronas. And then Paul became a member of the channel. So I appreciate all of you guys. Right, Franz Karl Ferdinand asks, in your opinion, what's the most reliable 4-cylinder engine in any 3 Series, diesel or petrol? I mean, if you're going to go like way back, like I guess prior year 2000, I don't know, there's quite a few engines, to be honest. But like talking relatively model, so relatively modern, like let's say E90 onwards. I don't know, I'll probably say, I mean, it's hard to say with the newer engines because there's not really any with known faults at the moment, like none on like super high miles. Kind of hard to say. But I guess if we're talking, out of M47, N47, N43, N46, I guess we'd have to really say M47 once you remove the swirl flaps, though, because the swirl flaps are a big issue on the engine. But yeah, it's not uncommon for those engines to hit 300,000 miles fairly easily. There's a few small issues. There's problems with the vacuum hoses, crankshaft pulley again. A few little problems, but yeah, generally they are pretty reliable, but they aren't that efficient, and they're not that powerful. So it depends kind of what you're after. But Dan says he's getting an E87, and it's with the N47 engine, so you're getting a 116D, 118D, or 120D, or 123D. But yeah, if you want to know like what to look for on the engine, I have common problems for the N47. I have parts that will fail on the N47. Go check them out, and then hopefully that should give you a little bit of insight as to what you can expect. Alex Fitz as his P134A series OBD scanner picked it up, and it says manufacturer controller, internet and code give conflict. Yeah, to be honest, mate, you really need ISTA. Like with BMW, you can't use the generic scanner because the codes are going to be conflicting. You need to know the proper ISTA codes. You can't just use a generic scanner. For example, a generic scanner will show that you have faults with your camshaft position sensor when it's actually your Vanos solenoids that are bad. So yeah, you really need to use ISTA when it comes to diagnostics, to be honest. I get the EGR cooler replaced by BMW for free, like the other 1.6 million. That's cool. I live in Germany. How is that in England? How is it with regards to the recall? Yeah, there is a big recall on the N57. Uh, Tune up 325 N52 2.5 litre turbo kit, or go for something else. Prefer gasoline and inline six. Any advice? Hmm. Why would you turbo a 325i, um, not a 330? Yeah, to be honest, if it was me, like personally, I wouldn't turbo a naturally aspirated um, N50. Like I would just get the N54. I know it's a bit more, unreliable, but it's all set up for you. Yeah, that's the N54. So that's the 335i. You can make big power out them. It's not uncommon for them to get like 700 horsepower from them. So yeah, it's something to consider. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. Get the. I probably wouldn't turbo the 325i if I'm honest. Ricky, just put it on my Facebook. Oh wow, mate, good stuff. Glad to hear. Here's a question for you all. Then, what car and engine would you like to see on the channel next? Obviously, I've mentioned earlier on how the E60 520D and the E87 130i are not going anywhere for the time being. But what would you be interested in seeing next on the channel? It can be completely different. It can be similar to what we already have. But what would you be interested in seeing next? Gamers rule. Good shout. 5 litre V10 E60 M5. That is a very good shout. Ivan says the same, E60 M5. Everyone loves the E60 M5, don't they? Very good shouts there. I think I'm going to wrap this up probably in about 7 or 8 minutes time. I think at like past, because it's dying a slow and painful death, I think. Of course, if you have any questions, fire them away. I'll be happy to answer them now. Yeah, we're going to stay on for about 7 minutes or so. If you haven't already, by the way, if you haven't, gave the live stream a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it if you can do it now. Just hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button. Just helps the algorithm out. 17 people in here now. Here's a quick one then. Who do we have in here right now? Like everybody who's in here right now, just comment hello, because we have 17 people in here now. I know obviously 17 people are not commenting, so just comment hello, just so I know who we have in here right now. Okay. 335D E92, they're M57 engines. That's great. Yeah, solid engines. Cheers, mate. M5 next video. Yeah, I'd like to get that for the next video. Best place to look for the ISTA package. I know I asked before, but can't remember that. I'm pretty sure on my ISTA videos I've updated the link now where you can buy it from. You can buy the ISTA software and you can buy the cable as well. If you just look on any of my ISTA videos, then you should find it. You didn't answer my question up. Sorry, Ivan, what was your question? Type it out again. So we have Franz, Carl Ferdinand, Jiri, Gamers, Capilla, Ivan, Awaz, 1057, Ian, Awaz, E92 M3. Not a bad shout. Ken, hello, mate. Good stuff. What? That's a question. Why does everybody love the E92 M3? Like, I don't know. Why does everyone prefer the coupe over the saloon? I feel like it's, the complete opposite when it comes to the M5. Like, obviously, there's the M5, then there's M6. I feel like the M5 is a lot more popular, the saloon. But in terms of the M3, people prefer the coupe for some reason. Med Musa, hi. Ivan, how much are reliable M42 and M52? People in my country don't like them, only diesels. Ivan, N52 is very, very reliable. It's probably one of the most reliable petrol engines, but BMW engines in general, like that they've ever made. If maintained well, of course. There is things you have to replace on them every once in a while, but if you maintain it, the engine itself should last for 300,000 miles or so, which is quite high for a petrol engine. Thanks. I'll look for the link. Couple no good for kids. Oh, coupe no good for kids. Yeah, that's right. I just don't think they're just not practical, are they? You definitely can't daily drive for a coupe. More of just like a weekend car or a track car. But yeah, we're going to wrap this up, I think, in 2 minutes' time. If you have any more questions, fire them away, because we are going to wrap this up. Of course, if you want to send a donation, now is your last chance. If you do want me to continue this, send a donation. I will continue it for a little bit longer, of course. But if not, if you guys have had enough, then I will wrap this up. If you do want to send a super chat, like I said, there's a $sign underneath the live chat. Click that, and you should be able to send it that way. But yeah, I think that'll pretty much be everything. I was going to wrap things up, and just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has sent a super chat tonight. So we have again Ben Rage, we have Capilla. Thank you to you. I think you're still in here, aren't you? Paul Elliott, he sent 2. Patron, Giri. Paul, you became a member, didn't you? And that is it for the super chat today. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Like I said, I want to thank all of you for your support, and of course, if you have any problems, hit me up by email. I guess I'll see you guys all in that next video. Ivan, thanks, mate. Appreciate you. No worries. Thanks for comments. Have to leave. Keep up, man. See you next time. Yes, Jiri, top man. I'll see you around. No, four-door all the way. Yeah, I agree. Saloons are a lot better than coupes, in my opinion. Hey, Austin, I've got the same car as your 5 Series. Oh, okay, nice. The 520D. I read somewhere that 1.6 petrol M42 are too bad. They lose oil bin. We said that they're very bad. Yeah, very poor engine. We'll continue watching Bohemian Rhapsody. Good night, George. Nice one, my mate. Take care, man. Alex says, stay safe. You too, Ken. Dear Dinosin, there was a code of the intake manifold 255 times. But I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, it's dying a slow and painful death. If I don't get any more super chats, any more donations within the next minute or so, I'm going to wrap this up. So now is your last chance. But if not, then I want to thank all of you again. And we are going to sign off. So I'm going to give it another minute, and then we'll get the hell out of here. You can see more questions are coming through. Like I said, if you want them to be answered, send a super chat, and I will answer them. But if not, then I'm going to get off this thing. Another 30 seconds. Okay, then, guys. So I'm going to wrap this up. You've all seemed to have had enough. So, yeah, well, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, actually. Yeah, it's been nice to catch up with a few of you. And, yeah, like I said, thanks for all. So, yeah, I'll see you very shortly in that next video, which is going to be on Tuesday at the usual time, 6:30 p.m. GMT. So I'll see you later, guys. Take care.